Hello, my name is Caitlin Backwell, and today I would like to ask you to imagine a world where there is a complete disconnect with you and your friends that you thought was once a safe space for you. Recently, I had a friend come to me where she had a situation that her so-called friends just removed her from all of her group chats, unadded her, and she didn't really know what to do. She couldn't think of anything that was wrong, and it turns out someone spread a rumor that was completely so far from the truth. I'm a big advocate for using social media, and I think that there's ways to connect with people, to do your schoolwork, online work, anything. I think the online world is taking over, and digital communication is the way to go. From Sage Publications 2009, about 58% of kids admit someone has said something mean or hurtful to them online. More than 4 out of 10 say it's happened more than once. Approximately 53% of kids admit having said something mean or hurtful to another person online. More than 1 in 3 have done it more than once. Today I will be telling you about the bullying epidemic and how it has become our youth's nightmare for an outlet that shouldn't be scary. I'm going to walk you through the different societal pressures and other factors that can lead to the harming of our youth and the online bullying epidemic. One problem is that mental health issues are becoming more prominent in our youth. We are seeing more diagnosis of anxiety, depression, any other disorders, and this is ruining the joy that our youths are supposed to be experiencing because of an online world. According to the Guilford Press 2013, despite the fact that it is very difficult, perhaps impossible, to predict precisely who will make a suicide attempt or die by suicide, and when this will occur, a comprehensive risk assessment and formulation provides our best information about whether a teen is at an elevated risk for suicidal behavior and or suicide. Another thing I would like to mention is that from Critical Publishing 2018, Social Media and Mental Health in Schools, many young people with mental health needs will turn to social media for support. I think this is very important in the grand scheme of things that our youth do turn to social media for many different reasons. And mental health is occurring, or mental health issues are occurring because these people are turning to bullying, saying mean things online, and it's just becoming more apparent that it's a free world to say anything that you want, anything that you please. And from Vernon Press 2021, for many of our youth, social media is a creative outlet for their writing, art, or other forms of creative expression. And I think a lot of people take this to heart because there are so many different things that you can do on social media. Some people do it for a job, a living. There's video games, there's posting your artwork online, there's selling things, there's so many ways. And I think that one of the causes is that this type of way to express your creative form would be a way for people to not agree and to bully, and people can say whatever they want, so people are going to say whatever they want, especially to these people that are using this as a way to express themselves. I think one of the biggest solutions is that we should provide more care for our kids. I think we need to make them aware that it is more than okay to go to therapy, to want to talk to somebody that's not an immediate family member. I think that knowing what our kids are doing online is completely okay, but to an extent that we are not overbearing in their lives. According to John Wiley and Sons Incorporated in 2020, I've also studied more than 50,000 children aged 8 to 18, and those findings agree far more children report being psychologically victimized by bullies compared to the number who report they are being physically targeted. And since the internet really is so all over the place, it's just nothing that we can get away from, since our school, even meetings, churches, any sort of meeting can be done online, and it is just so much more than just a physical issue and bullying. And I think cyberbullying is really leading to the downfall of our kids' mental health. I think that most people assume depression and suicide are going to follow from a form of bullying, but there are just many other outcomes before leading up to the worst part of it. Another problem is that cyberbullying really does happen digitally, and this isn't just on social media. This is on video games as well. Video games have become such a popular thing in this day and age, and almost everyone has access to it, whether it's on their desktop or their console, being Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, whatever that is. And it's not only something that is just for fun. There's a lot of game chats, there's typing, and according to Vernon Press of 2021, the differences in cyberbullies, such as feeling anonymous and being vulnerable to getting caught, having good relationships with teachers, lack of detection and emotional response with decreased guilt, and the fear of losing technology privileges when reported should be considered. And this is to show that they're really not scared of what the consequences could be. They just are going to say whatever they want. Another thing is from Canadian Journal of Communications 2015, the risk of being a victim of cyberbullying clearly increases proportionally with the time spent online, but also in digital environments that pose identified risks. And the cause of being on social media or video games are just as an outlet. We don't want to think about reality. We think that maybe this would be a way to get away from what could be happening in our normal lives, and I think that this is just one big outlet, and it's not a safe space always. You could do one thing wrong and people could say something, and that could really hurt other people's feelings. A lot of the time, there are a lot of other pent-up pressures from people that are saying these things to people. They don't think about what the other person could be feeling, rather than it's just them causing their own issues and putting them onto someone else. According to Cambridge University of 2014, researchers have typically adopted a definition of bullying as a form of individual aggression. So it usually roots from deep within, and I think that the solution to this is just don't be afraid to stand up for someone. There's so many different ways to stand up for the people around you. If you see something, please say something. Social media should be a place to feel confidence and to have support for things that some are going through. Use social media in the right way. Be supportive for those in need rather than just putting them down. Thank you.